Hey folks, today's tutorial will have two parts to it. In part 1, we'll learn how to design a website mockup in PowerPoint. And then in part 2, we'll learn how to convert our PowerPoint into an HTML format while keeping all our animations and transitions intact. There will be time codes for both the parts, so you can choose to skip to either one. First, let's take a look at the website mockup we'll be designing today. And next, let's jump into the browser and see what it looks like in HTML. So as you see, even after being converted into HTML, all our animations and transitions are intact. So if you'd like to learn how to design this and convert it, let's get started with the tutorial. For part 1 of the tutorial, let's take a closer look at the website we'll be designing. Now, as you see, there are three main dynamic elements in this website. The first are the products that are rotating in a circular fashion. The second are the background shapes that are turning and changing color. And the third are the scrolling product descriptions. So, let's get to designing. Let's open up a new slide and copy in all the assets that we'll be using. Let's make the slide size a little smaller. Let's start with the headphones. Let's place them on the new slide. Let's go over to our shapes and draw a long rectangular shape. And let's take it outside of the slide. Let's bring our headphones to the front. Let's place them approximately where we want them to appear in the final slide. And then choose your rectangle and the headphones and group them. Now let's select our rotating handle and check. We have to ensure that when this is rotated, the product is not visible on the slide. So we'll rotate it to the top, and we'll also check once by rotating it to the bottom. So it seems fine, it's not overlapping into the slide. Let's bring it back up. Similarly, let's create 3 more slides and do the same for each product. So let's grab our rectangle, paste it onto the new slide, and then let's bring the smartwatch over. Let's adjust its positioning. Let's group it, and once again let's rotate it and check that it doesn't overlap into the slide. And we'll do the same for the other 2 products as well. Group it and check it once. And that seems alright. And finally, let's bring the sweatshirt down, position it. So now that we have our products placed approximately where we want them, let's go over to slide number 1. Let's grab the watch from slide 2, bring it to slide 1, and rotate it. Then let's grab the headphones, take them to slide number 2 and rotate them down. Let's add a morph transition to this so I can show you exactly what we've made. So the headphones, they rotate down and the watch appears. Let's do that for the other slides as well. Let's grab the watch, take it down to the cap and rotate it down. And then let's grab the cap, take it up to the watch and rotate it up. and similarly for the final slide. Let's add the morph transition to all our slides and see if the rotation is working properly. And that looks pretty good. Next, let's bring in our background shapes. So I'll just paste these shapes that I previously created in our liquid animations video. And if you'd like to learn more about that, I'll link the video in the end. So let's grab the shape that we've made and take it over to our product page. Let's paste it and send it to back. And with our arrow keys, let's adjust the placement. Let's do this for all the products. Having pasted the shape, let's change its color and rotation in each of our product slides. So I'll quickly do that. We'll change the color of the shape and the outline and try to give it contrasting colors. Having changed the colors and the rotation, now let's take a quick look at how it works in full screen. So the products are rotating in and the shape is also rotating as well as changing colors. And it's all working pretty smoothly. Next, let's get rid of these ugly blue bars. So for that, let's select each of the blue rectangles we've created, remove their outline and remove their fill. We'll have to do this for each of the blue rectangles we've created on every slide. So select each and simply remove the shape outline and the shape color. This way, when we play the slide in full screen, the blue rectangle, even though it's acting as the pivot, is no longer visible. Yet we still get a rotating effect. Let's add one more element to give a little more depth to our website design. Let's draw a rectangle and make it a little more than half the slide. Let's remove the shape outline and give it a fill color. Let's go over to Format Shape and increase its transparency to about 70%. Then let's copy it over to all the slides, send it to back and keep changing the hue that we've created by adding transparency. There we go. So as the slide moves on, the background color also gently changes. Let's take one quick look in full screen before we move on to the next part. Our next step would be to create the scrolling product descriptions to go along with each image. In order to save time, I'm quickly going to copy over the original product descriptions I created. Once you've created your product descriptions, make sure you group everything, the images and the text together. And then it's simply a matter of creating the scroll animation using the morph transition. So let's copy our smartwatch product description, take it over to the headphones, paste it and slide it down. And similarly, let's grab the headphones, paste them on the smartwatch, and drag them up. So what this will do is create almost like a parallax effect. Let's do that for the rest of the slides as well. So the caps come onto the watch slide and we slide them down. And the watch goes over to the cap slide and we slide it up. Then the apparel comes down and the caps go up. Let's take one final look at everything we've created. And this looks like a pretty great presentation in and of itself, not really requiring much more to do. But if we want to make it look like a website, we'll have to add a browsing UI around the frame of our presentation slides. So let's do that next. Let's go over to our headphone slide and duplicate it. Then, on the first headphone slide that we've created, we'll just use this as a reference slide to create our UI framework. Let's delete all the non-essential elements from this reference slide for now. And then we can create our framework around this. I'll quickly copy over the existing framework from the reference presentation. Once you've created your framework, you can make minor adjustments to it based on your content. We can move things about. And once we're happy with the placement of everything, let's delete all these elements on the slide. So only the framework remains. Let's group the entire framework and then simply copy and paste it onto all our slides. And there we go. It starts looking a lot more like a website. Let's take a look. Of course, depending on the type of website you want to create, you can add a lot more framework elements. This is just a basic reference design. So that, folks, is how we can create a website mockup in PowerPoint. Now, for part 2, let's see how we can turn this into a more realistic website in HTML. For today's conversion process, I'll be using a plugin called the iSpring Suite. Now, while there are other tools out there that convert PowerPoint to HTML, I find iSpring does it quite seamlessly while retaining all your animations and transitions. And it just takes a few clicks. If you'd like to learn more about the iSpring Suite, I recommend you check my walkthrough video, and that should tell you more about this plugin. But let's move on. Once you have your iSpring Suite installed, the tab appears and you get a command for preview. So let's click on that and it will automatically show us a preview of our presentation in HTML. And there we go. Now the great thing about this preview is it'll show us how our presentation will look across a number of formats and devices. So we can see how it'll look on a tablet, in portrait mode, or even on a mobile phone. So let's run the presentation and see if it works. And it's as simple as that, folks. In just a few clicks, you've converted your presentation into an actual website mockup in HTML. Once you're happy with the preview, you can close it and then simply click on Publish. You can choose all the settings that you want and publish it to your computer, and then you can simply run your presentation from the browser. And that, folks, is how we create a website design mockup and an HTML format as well. I hope you find this content helpful. Hit the like and subscribe buttons to show your love. Once again, thank you for watching, and remember to keep on creating.